Hello, my name is Joshua Mugabe. I welcome you to Blood Circulatory System, a self-assessment program. How do white cells differ from red cells? A. In their structure. B. Their function. White cells have nuclei. Red cells do not have nuclei. Some white cells can change their shape. Red cells cannot. White cells ingest bacteria or make antibodies. Red cells carry oxygen. Where are blood cells made in the body? Blood cells are made in the red bone marrow, for example, in the ribs, sternum, or vertebrae. Name two proteins carried in the plasma. Fibrinogen, albumin, and globulin are plasma proteins. What else is carried in the plasma? In addition to proteins, plasma contains salts, ions, glucose, lipids, and amino acids, hormones, carbon dioxide, and urea. Put the following events in their correct order, starting with the first one listed. Atria fills with blood. Semi-lunar valves close. Tricuspid and bicuspid valves close. Ventricle contract. Semi-lunar valves open. Atrial contract. Ventricle relax. Tricuspid and bicuspid valves open. You can pause and try to rearrange. 1. Atria filled with blood. 2. The ventricles relax. 3. Semi-lunar valves close. 4. Atria contract. 5. Tricuspid and bicuspid valves open. 6. Ventricles contract. 7. Bicuspid and tricuspid valves close. 8. Semi-lunar valves open. Note: the order of semi-lunar valves and bicuspid and tricuspid valves may be reversed as their action is virtually simultaneous. Fill in the missing words. Oxygenated blood from the lungs returns to A. Atrium of the heart in dash vein. From here, it enters the dash ventricle and leaves the heart in the dash to go to the body. From the body, dash, blood returns via the dash to the dash atria and then leaves the heart in the dash artery to go to the dash. Pause the video and fill in the missing words. The missing words are left, pulmonale, left, aorta, deoxygenated, vena cava, right, pulmonale, and lungs. Which one of the following is not a characteristic of capillary blood vessels? A. Repeatedly branched. B. Small diameter. C. Permeable to salts, ions. D. Thick-walled. Is D. Capillaries are thin-walled, not thick-walled. Arteries carry blood dash to the heart. Veins carry blood dash the heart. Arteries carry blood from the heart. Veins carry blood to the heart. In which part of the circulatory system are there valves? There are valves in the heart between each atria and ventricle, in the aorta and pulmonary artery, in some of the large veins, and in some of the lymphatics. What is the connection between tissue fluid, plasma, and lymph? Tissue fluid is plasma minus its proteins, which has leaked out of the capillaries. Lymph is tissue fluid, which has entered the lymphatics. How is lymph propelled through the lymphatics? Some of the larger lymphatics are able to contract. Otherwise, the lymph is propelled by the body muscles, which contract and squash the lymphatics. What is the function of lymph nodes? Lymph nodes contain white blood cells which ingest bacteria and prevent them from reaching the circulation. After a period of vigorous activity, you would expect blood leaving a muscle to have A. Less carbon dioxide, less oxygen, and less glucose. B. More carbon dioxide, more oxygen, and less glucose. C. more carbon dioxide, more oxygen, and more glucose. D. More carbon dioxide, less oxygen, less glucose. Blood leaving a muscle will have more carbon dioxide, less oxygen, and less glucose as a result of respiration. Blood from the alimentary canal returns to the heart by way of A. Hepatic vein and vena cava. B. Hepatic artery, hepatic vein, and vena cava. C. Hepatic portal vein and vena cava. D. Hepatic portal vein, hepatic vein, and vena cava. Blood from the alimentary canal returns to the heart by way of the hepatic portal vein, hepatic vein, and vena cava. Describe briefly how platelets, fibrin, and red cells interact to form a blood clot. Platelets release a substance which indirectly causes fibrinogen to be converted to fibrin. The fibrin forms a network which traps red cells to form a clot. Briefly describe the principal lines of defense against bacteria entering the blood system. A blood clot forms a barrier to entry by bacteria. White cells ingest and kill bacteria. Antibodies from lymphocytes inactivate bacteria or make them easier to ingest. White cells in lymph nodes trap bacteria. The substances produced by lymphocyte to combat bacterial cells are called antigens, antibodies, antidotes, and toxins. The antibacterial substances produced by lymphocytes are called antibodies. You may acquire natural active immunity to a disease if A. You are injected with an antibody to the disease, you recover from an attack of the disease, you are inoculated against the disease, you are born with antibodies to the disease. If your immunity is acquired, natural, and active, it must result from having recovered from a disease. In each case, give an example of a disease to which immunity can be acquired by injecting A. An inactivated bacterial toxin, B. A killed bacteria, C. An antibody. Diphtheria and tetanus vaccines are prepared from inactivated toxins, toxoids. Whooping cough vaccine is prepared from the dead bacteria. Temporary immunity to tetanus, rabies, and chickenpox can be prepared by injecting antibodies to these diseases. A person whose blood group is AB can receive a blood transfusion from Group O only, Group AB only, Group A and B, any group. Group AB person have neither anti-A nor anti-B antibodies in their plasma. So red cells from any donor will not be clamped. Apart from any inherited tendency towards coronary heart disease, what are thought to be the four main risk factors? The four main risk factors for coronary heart disease are thought to be smoking, high blood pressure, possible accentuated by stress, high blood cholesterol, possibly aggravated by a fat diet, and lack of exercise. Thank you very much for participating in blood circulatory system, a self-assessment program. Please do like, share, and subscribe.